This is Jeff Hunter here, the outsourcing tycoon, the creator and founder of the 9010 Life. And with me today, I actually have Josh Wilson, who is, well, man, he's all over the place. He was on the 9010 webinar earlier, and he started his journey actually a little bit before everyone else. Before I even started the course, he was doing, well, man, what? I don't even want to tell the story. Why don't you tell people where you were 6 months ago and then how you ended up here today?
Yeah, so hello everyone, howdy from Dallas, Texas. My name's Josh. I moved from Jacksonville Beach, Florida, so East Coast to Dallas, Texas to start up a business working with a venture capital group and their portfolio companies. And my wife, myself, and my 3-year-old daughter and our dog moved out to Texas and started building digital businesses. And I had my own startup. I was working full-time for this venture capital firm and their portfolio company and working my butt off in a new area, new people. And I was laid off from the portfolio in August, right? So I have a pregnant wife now.
6 months ago, August.
Yeah, like real recent. And and you know it's that absolute adventure being in the startup world and being in this kind of world. And Jay, let me tell you like a little bit of the journey. So I got laid off. My wife's pregnant. We're in a new area. I have a 3-year-old daughter, got a house, like totally dove in to do this kind of like building these kind of businesses. And then the rug got yanked out from underneath me, right? No warning. And it was just that's business, right? Business happens, and especially in the investment world, things move fast and it's very risky. So I on the way home, I had a man bun. I had a lot of hair.
He had a man bun.
I had a man bun. On the way home, I got a haircut. I picked up a bottle of whiskey, and for me. And I went home after we tucked in the baby, and I said, "Babe, I got some news." She's like, "What's up?" I said, "Well, today I got laid off," and she's, like, she goes, "What are we gonna do?" And I said, "Well, I don't know yet." I said, "But I'm gonna make a drink." But that day, having my back up against the wall and not having much of a runway in my own life. I have my own startup that has eaten all my capital, all my time, all my investment, and it had multiple business failures in my world, like trying to build these kind of things. And having my back up against the wall, she goes, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I don't know. I'll figure it out." So the next day, I said, I have to make money immediately. So I stood up my own consultancy, not because I wanted to do it. I'm pretty good at sales, but I never had to be on the client side of delivering services. So, bringing on customers is something that I'm pretty good at. I got a lot of experience, but once I started bringing on one customer, I started figuring out how they do business, and I started working in their system, and I started I needed to take on another customer because I needed to, pay bills and such. And I needed to do it quickly too. Like I had to do it fast, Jay. So I took on a few customers and started doing like sales and marketing for them and lead generation and anything I could do to get my hands on some opportunity. And what happens is I got the speed wobble of life because I now had cash flow. But not only was I selling the customer, I had to actually deliver what I said I was going to do. And I've never done that before because I've always been on the sales side. So, that's where I was at. So I was desperately needing help. I hired friends. I tried to figure out, like, I hired people to help me do basic stuff or like a little bit of project management. Some great things happen and some not so great things happen, hiring friends and then, existing project managers. I was scouring the web, looking left and right at all the freelancing.
Up on Upwork and every freelance site you could find.
Everywhere, Jay. I even looked in like Craigslist. I was posting ads in Craigslist for help and Facebook groups. I was asking for help. Like I was willing to pay, but I needed the right team because I was a solopreneur, not by choice. I had to do this, like, and I had to turn it on quickly, or my family was gonna go hungry, right?
Yeah.
So The Power of Broke, Daymond Johns wrote a book called The Power of Broke. I had that power, bro.
Miracles happen when you're tested, that's for sure.
Sure did. But
so what were some struggles that you found, like with all the people that you had brought on to help? Was it a problem, and look, now I'm not pointing fingers, but is it a problem because they didn't bring the right skills to the table? Is it because you couldn't manage them or delegate appropriately to them? Or was it a combination of both?
Yeah, I have a big desire to help people, and I just saw someone in need, or I saw people in need, and I would, and I would say probably 25% of it is maybe they didn't have the right skill set, and then probably 75% is I didn't know how to know what skill set I needed. I didn't know how to delegate, and I didn't know how to find the right talent. To tell you the truth, like those people that I hired were like they were much better than me, and they were probably rock stars. I didn't know how to tap into their skill set.
Yeah.
And they, if I knew what I'm learning now, like I could probably turn them into absolute rock stars. But it was me. I didn't know how to lead. I knew how to lead people like in my fitness company or something like that. Like I know how to drive people towards a common goal, but I don't know how to create a project plan or create details and those things. And that was my responsibility, and I didn't know how to do it.
And much like most entrepreneurs, you basically took the leap. You didn't have any systems, no processes, just like, I'm going to figure this out. And then you spin your wheels a bunch trying to figure it all out and whatever else. It would have been so much easier if you had a direct path, if you knew where you needed to go, if you had the process and system already in place. Then it would just, hey, take the leap, and this is how I hire somebody. This is how I delegate. This is the right type of. This is where I find the right type of talent to work for me. Right. This is the types of things that are core essential to 910 Life. Why don't you tell everybody a little about about where you are now and how things have changed drastically just in the last 3 weeks?
Yeah. So, and when I was taking on these clients, I had 2 to 3 clients. And when I say like half days, I meant like I spent half a day with one client, half day with another. That's like 12 hours with one client trying to get everything going, and then 12 hours with it. Like I didn't sleep. I was just working my tail off, and I was desperately looking for help. And I came across this bald guy on LinkedIn because I was desperately looking for help. And we connected, we just started having some really cool conversations, started following each other's content. So content's so important. He was creating like quality content. He was teaching and leading. I'm talking about this bald guy in front of me, Jay. He's giving content, and he's teaching in his videos and not asking for anything, and he's just giving. So we just started having conversations, and he's like, "Listen, Josh, man, you are swamped, bro. Let me help you out." He's like, "Let me show you some things." So he just showed me 1 or 2 things, and he connected me with someone on his team. He's like, "Listen, you're going to spend an hour with this person, and it's going to change your world."
And it did, didn't it?
It did. It was crazy.
No fluff. No fluff.
No
It's so crazy how having the right person on your team like literally changes everything. Because I could tell just from having a few conversations with Josh that his issue wasn't a lack of talent. It wasn't a lack of ambition. It wasn't a lack of drive. It wasn't a lack of purpose. It was just a lack of having control. And what we did was we paired him up with a project manager who actually looked at everything that he had going and organized it and kept things on track. And it's crazy to think that you can delegate someone to redelegate to you, because that's what's happening right now. Is that Josh 100%. That's what a project manager essentially is. So I've been a project manager for quite some time, and it's interesting because even for me myself, I feel like I need a project manager to help manage me because I'm a project.
Yeah,
and that's basically right where you were, right?
Yeah. So she just goes, keep talking, get it all out of your brain, get it all on paper. And then she started organizing it. And then she started organizing the playbooks that I was creating for my clients. We started creating playbooks for my clients. We started creating project plans and like these things. And this was like from day one, she started doing these things. Mm-hmm. Like I told Jay this, and I told my my team member this. It's like within 2 weeks, I was able to take a day off on the weekend. Like I haven't done that in years. And I took a day off and I spent the time with my family. Now, of course, I'm anxious, like, because I'm like I'm missing something, I'm forgetting something, you know, like, because all my life I've been on, or not all my life, for a long time I've been on like red line, and I had a day off. And the next time we got on the call, I was like, I don't know if I need anything right now. She's like, well, then I did my job.
That's it.
And I was like, yeah. And then she keeps on doing that. She just keeps on taking more and more responsibility, and rock star. You trained a great team, man.
You know what? What I found is that anybody can train a good team. Anybody can hire a good team. Anybody can really get good support if you know where, if you know how, and if you have the right techniques. Especially, it's really kind of different when you work with a virtual team, right? Because when you have someone here in the office with you, you know, you could always train them, you could look over them, you can do that. But a lot of times where people struggle is in the virtual world. When you are a virtual CEO, which many people are, when you're an entrepreneur, you are a virtual CEO. That's just what it is, right? And you have to live in a little bit of a different context. You need to make sure that you have the right processes built. You need to make sure that you're challenging your delegates, that you're building a team that wants to work with you and make you successful, because when you are successful, they're successful. And you need to be in a system where you can encourage their success. So anyway, thank you so much for sharing your story, guys. This is Josh. He has a pregnant wife right now who's trying to kill him because he should be in bed right now. But we just got done sharing a great story, and I said, man, I'd love to just pop you on here and just get you on here. So thank you so much, Josh, for sharing your story with everybody.
Yeah, guys. Hey, let me just do one shout out for this. This is to all the entrepreneurs out there who are hustling every single day. Like I feel you. I know what you're doing. Like trust the system. Get into this mindset of creating a team. Even if you're by yourself, you could create a team, man. You could create some systems and processes. Spend some time with your family. Invest in your family. And that's what I'm going to end with, going to spend some time with my family. But I could do that because I have systems in place and people in place and a team with Jay. So I'm in, man. I'm awesome. In. So guys, good night.
If you're ready to take a step into your own situation, if you're ready to be just like Josh, and I actually wrote a poem for Josh called Be Josh, because he said his story is just so great, because so many people have a hard time letting go, right? And it's not even that they have a hard time letting go, it's just they don't even know where to start. So look, guys, I made something called the Freedom Plan. It's the 90-10 Life Freedom Plan. This is it right here. Josh actually went through and did his today. Look, see, Josh has his today. So it's a great place to start. It's actually the very first module of the 90-10 Life program is doing this worksheet, because this is the blueprint, guys, to your success. It's the blueprint of how to get out of the mindset of being stuck in your business, because you want to be able to work on your business. You want to bring new clients in. You want to spend more valuable time doing things that are truly valuable and not the mundane things that are really critical to keep your business running. You can delegate that stuff out. I can show you how. So go to 9010life.com/freedom-plan and get this going. And if you're ready to come on to the pilot program, we have a special right now for $597, and you can get in on our exclusive Facebook group where you can work with me and Josh and all of the other members in there. There's 12 people in there right now that are working on their own freedom plan, and they're working on their own 90-10 lives. So I'd love to have you in there. And by the way, what he talked about, how Tana is actually the project manager working with him, had kind of pulled everything out of his brain. That was this activity. She already had done the 90-10 Life Freedom Plan with him. But the next step, guys, is taking that and putting it into what I call the task attacker. These are proven project management methodologies. I am a project manager. I have many years of it, and I'm taking all the project management stuff that usually gets thrown to the side. It's not important to entrepreneurs, but it is important. It is important, but it's not important that you have all that developed out yourself. I have the system. All you got to do is plug it in, and it works. And then you'll be able to live a life where you are focused more on your things. You're able to bring more business in, and you can delegate off the things that are less important, or they might be important but not important that you do them yourself. So that's what it's all about. Thanks again, Josh.
Man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.